Approach you on buying the property?
About beginning of the year.
Would you say before or after January 1st?
Contact us before, after, do really things is after January. Oh no. Appraisal, when I get a report, the formal report is around the end of the year.
Okay, 'cause the reason I ask is I thought there was a new law that was passed where the city would reimburse you to get your own appraisal.
We got the formal report is either January, either I need to check the date.
Let me borrow the mic for a minute.
Oh, thank you.
You're asking don't leave. You're asking really good questions. You know about this, don't you?
Yeah, I had my property taken.
Yeah, so this has been a big problem in the city. These are good questions because, in fact, the state passed a few laws that are supposed to help protect people from this kind of eminent domain abuse. And one of the laws is that the city is required to offer people it approaches for eminent domain and redevelopment. The city is required to offer them the chance to have their own independent appraiser, and the city must offer to pay up to $5,000 so they can hire who they want. Now, Wendy told me when I asked her that, in fact, what the city said is, oh, you don't want to waste your money on getting your own appraisal. We have it already, so why do you want to spend your own money? Which, in other words, the city lied to them and didn't tell them they had this right.
Also, you live in the house behind here? That surprises me because wouldn't that be, I thought the city never took a single-family home for this kind of purpose ever.
I don't know. I think maybe in the same lot they took it.
Didn't they just pass a law where the city can't take a single-family home?
No, the city lies and they say that they have never taken an owner-occupied home, and they claim they will never take an owner-occupied home. But on February 27th, the redevelopment agency, with the city council acting as a redevelopment agency board, passed the eminent domain project ordinance that by state law they're required to pass in order to start taking people's property. And it does allow them to take single-family residences that are owner-occupied if, for example, they're public nuisances. But there's been no finding this home as a public nuisance. And what in fact goes on is what the city does is it says, we never use eminent domain to take people's properties, because what they do instead, as you know, Mr. Friedman, is they threaten people with eminent domain. And because people can't afford tens of thousands of dollars to defend themselves and then maybe even lose, people fold and go away. But that's still using eminent domain, isn't it? It's like pointing a gun without firing it, and people give up their money because they're afraid.
Yeah, that's a good point, that they use the threat of eminent domain on almost every offer they make, and they use the threat of eminent domain when they offered to buy your property?
Yeah, that is the agent retained by City of Riverside. She told me if I do not accept what the city offered, the city will use eminent domain to take anyway. I feel so afraid.
我心情不好，我生气。我有一个问题， you don't have to answer this. 我觉得美国政府不好，他们坏蛋，你明白吗？
Understand.
谢谢你。
All right, the audience wants to know. Don't leave, Mr. Friedman. Come back. Come back. You can't do that to anybody watching this. Come closer. You have to translate what you said.
我忘记. What did I say?
I forgot.
I said I don't think the American government's very good right now. You know, I think they tell you that public use should be that public use, and you know, I think that they've pushed the law just way too far. I think they're white dan, bad eggs. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, that was a charming part of an interview. And I want to say, in terms of the government being bad, yes, the local government, the City of Riverside, we have called it ground zero for eminent domain abuse. For California, this is ground zero, and it is about to stop. And you are seeing a historic moment because, in fact, I do not believe the Kawa Market is going to become the property of the redevelopment agency of the City of Riverside because, in fact, it has no legal grounds to take this property.
All right, could you tell us the story about why you're selling the market? And who came to you? Tell us every step of the way. Who said what? Who did what?
I have a I've been here since 1991. I think I got stores started on the 1991 on September, so which is almost since today almost 16 years since I bought the store. I don't know what's happening. The old owner didn't tell me what's going on. Then after I get in, then I have a couple neighbors complaining about the people from the apartment coming to the store. Then they said the store have to be closed. Then on that moment, I don't know what's going on. After that, they have the meeting together, but I never been there. I always have a neighbor come here and told us they have the meeting, try to shut down the store. Then couple times the neighbor come here, they want we close the stores. Then we know, oh, some people really don't like store here. But by the 1995 August, I forgot what days, on the Price Enterprise, they have the big article on the newspaper. Some people down the street, they talking about they want to shut down the store. That's by 1995, by August. If everybody interested, they can go to Riverside Library to look on the Price Enterprise. If they can find it, it's a big article. On that time, I really think this store, sooner or later, they're gonna knock down these stores. So since then, they just start again. They always try to, try to close the stores. One time, I have one neighbor down the street. He just come over here, ask me, I'm an American citizen or not. I've been really mad on that time. I told him, I said, if I'm not an American citizen, even I'm an illegal citizen, you don't have a right to ask me. You can go to the immigration office to report. Let them ask me, I'm an American citizen or not. But whatever, we are American citizen. We are naturalization many years ago. We love this country. We love American. We are American. So that's why it's making me really feel something different. So on this time, then they have a couple time meeting. Then one day the city come here and say, you want to sell the stores. Then I know that's the time they come. So my heart already knows sooner or later they're gonna get it. I said, okay, I know you guys coming now. So I said, just go get it. That's it. Then after we talk about the price, everything, when we not agree with the price, then they said, either you're gonna accept this or not, we can use the eminent domain. They're still gonna use the eminent domain too.
Did you ever really want to sell?
If not, like this thing happens, if